Well, poker brat or not, you've raised over $50 million for charities, which is an absolutely incredible amount, and every credit to you. You got the biggest celebrities in the world just at touch whenever. Do you ever get starstruck by somebody that you see and you think, oh, wow?
Yeah, it's very weird. I mean, I think, the first time I met President Clinton, I was definitely a little starstruck. Um, I'm not sure that I get that starstruck anymore. I mean, I think the first time I met Ben Affleck, I was starstruck, and the reason why, he was with J-Lo at the time, and so him and J-Lo were I felt like they were the two biggest celebrities in the world. And I remember it was, I think 2002 or 2000, I think it was 2002 at the Bicycle Club, where 01 had 30 players in the main event. And now the World Poker Tour had launched, and there were 700 players. We went from 30 players to 700. I walked in the room, being one of the biggest stars in poker, and they said, Sports Illustrated wants to talk with you. There were 3 news trucks from the 3 local stations in the parking lot. There was press buzzing. The room was just buzzing with people. And there was Ben Affleck playing in the tournament. And I just went by and I said, hey, Ben, welcome to poker. And he said, what am I, Phil? He quoted me from my own book. First of all, he knows my name. How does he know my name? Second of all, look, am I a lion or I am a, like, he had some really cute thing to say. And I was like, holy cow, Ben Affleck knows me and he's a fan of mine and he's read my books. I was a little starstruck. Michael Jordan, super starstruck when I met him the first time.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, it happens with some of the world's biggest celebrities, but now a lot of times I know that now all of a sudden I'm not a starstruck because I've met some of the biggest celebrities in the world.
Yeah.
But it's kind of fun. All right, is this person cool or not? Generous randomly like a couple of years ago, randomly, and she loves poker, and she was just cool as could be. And so, I mean, she introduced me to Portia. Just randomly ran into her, and she's like, Phil. Oh, Ellen knows my name. That's cool. Maybe meeting Tiger and hosting his event. And I remember the coolest I've ever been in my life. I can tell you exactly when that was. Maybe I should tell that story. I'm
listening.
Met the Aria Hotel, and I'd hosted Tiger Jam. I just finished 4th in a tournament, a heads-up tournament, or I guess officially 5th place in a heads-up tournament. And I'm exhausted because those heads-up matches just drain you. Exhausted. And I go up to my room at the Aria, and I tell my wife, honey, I want to order from Javier's Mexican. And it's the one place I had to go get the food. And I'd run into MJ on Friday. This was a Sunday. And I'm like, I told her, I said, honey, somehow I'm going to run into MJ. And she's like, what? What are you talking about? I said, I just have this weird vibe. And so I went down to pick up the food at Javier's. I did walk through the high limit area because that's where MJ hangs out. And then on the way back, I'm like, you know what? You're not going to, whatever. I did ask if he was at Javier's. So I did look for him twice because I thought it would happen. And I said, you know what? Screw this. Just take the fast way back up the escalator. You're not going to run into many people. You won't have to sign a lot of autographs and take a lot of pictures. Let's just get out of here quickly. So my food arrives. I take the escalator up at the Aria, and now I'm at the top of the escalator. And who turns the corner? Boom! It's Michael Jordan. And he's walking with this guy named Pops, who's like in his 70s, and they're walking 1 mile per hour step. And I fly in the casinos, and I come flying up behind MJ with a bag of food in my hand, and 5 feet away from him, like, don't bother him. So I slam my glasses on, and I just decide to blow by him and ignore him because, Michael Jordan, everybody in the world stops him, give him some space. Because I know what it's like. I'm being stopped every day for, a couple weeks by that point. And I look over, I look to my right, and I'm like, hey, I'm like, hey, MJ, good to see you. He'd already seen me on Friday and said hello. And he nods. And I'm walking 90 miles an hour. Boom, I take the left turn, towards the steakhouse, but there's the private VIP doors there. I open the door and I instinctively look behind me because I'm raised in Wisconsin. You want to, if there's, you want to be polite and open the door for people. So as I open the door, I notice MJ's running. I mean, he's with Pops. They're like running. He should just be turning the corner. And I'm supposed to pop in the elevator and be gone. But he's run. And now he's like only 10 feet behind me. And I'm like, oh my God. And so I knew what to say. I'm like, hey, congratulations on your marriage. He's like, thanks, Phil. How's it going? What are you doing? I'm like, holy shit. MJ ran to catch up with me and wants to stay. And, we'd hung out a couple times and starts asking me all these questions. We take the elevator up together. We talk the whole time. It was just really nice. And then, fifth place in this tournament, in the Heads Up tournament, Michael Jordan running to catch up with me. I just hosted Tigers event, and I wake up the next day, and my friend says, hey, President Obama, he was still president, President Obama was at my house drinking wine and was asking how you're doing in the World Series of Poker. I'm like, President Obama knows me? Oh my God. Michael Jordan ran to catch up with me, and I was a complete asshole for the next 2 weeks. All I wanted to do was tell everybody about how Obama was asking about me, how MJ ran to catch up to me, about how I was hosting Tiger Jam. I think I had 99 caches at that point, and I only needed one more, so the whole world was getting ready to announce Phil's going to be the first to 100 caches, and I'm just in the center vortex of press and great things happening, and I got so cocky I didn't even cash for the next 2 weeks. I don't even think I had 100 caches the rest of the series. And I was just like, oh my God, Phil, what is wrong with you? You couldn't handle your head blowing up. It's like my head exploded. Obama, Jordan, Tiger, vortex. People come up to me 100 times a day during the series, pictures, autographs. They want to tell me how great I am. They want to tell me that I'm their all-time idol who they aspire to be. And my head blew up. And I played like I lost focus. And the next time that happened to me is when Elon Musk came to my book launch party. But at least I started work. I had to work 5 hours a day the next 4 or 5 days. Yeah. And my head didn't blow up. You know what I'm saying? And so you get better at dealing with stuff and better at dealing with stuff. But yeah, the ego can seep in negative ways, and you have to try to avoid it.
Yeah. You touched on the online World Series and that you're stopping at the Aria and playing most of the series there. Are these going to be real bracelets? If Phil Hellmuth wins an online tournament, he's number 16 and then maybe 17. What do you think about the online series?
For sure, it's real bracelet, 100%. And you're going to see Negreanu playing in every tournament. You're going to see me playing in every tournament. You're going to see all the guys that want to win bracelets, that really care about winning bracelets, are going to be playing in these tournaments. Now, the sacrifice is that we have to go, to Nevada, in the summertime. But that's not much of a sacrifice. I'll be staying at the Aria Hotel, baby. Come on. All these world-class restaurants there. The high limit. I'm sure I'll go down there for some socially distanced drinks and cigars. And, so for me, this month of chasing bracelets, plus I like the fact there's only one a day. You play your event at 3, maybe hop in an hour or 2 late. And if you bust out, you have the rest of the day to yourself, So I'll definitely be working out at the Aria. I'll be, and I know the Aria is taking the most precautions of any casino except the Wynn. So MGM and the Wynn are taking the most precautions for COVID.
Yeah.
So I'll go in the gym to work out, but if I don't, I'll walk. But I'm going to try to find a way to hit the exercise bike where I feel safe every day. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Maybe I'll just have to wipe down the stuff I will be touching. before I hit the exercise bike. But, you know, I mean, I can even play a World Series of Poker tournament on the exercise bike, you know,
That's
so
right.
yeah. And so, you know, I mean, so yeah, I think these bracelets will count. I know
Mm.
if I want to tell everybody I just won, you know, I mean, I had the whole world stopped. I had the whole poker world stopped. I mean, the people that are paying attention, the insiders, when I almost bracelet in early June in 19. I made the
Yeah.
final table 10-handed. I had the chip lead. I think we had 3,000 players in that event, and it was the online tournament.